Good afternoon, dear students. Let me start today's class. That is from Unit 2. It is the foundational block of programming and NLP. So, little basic about how to do an NLP code. So, little basic things we'll learn, and then we'll move to the concepts in NLP. So basically, we are doing programs with the help of Python for NLP applications because most of the packages are supporting and performing different MLP based processing. So in Python, you must know how to declare a variable and how to assign values for different variable. And the data types here, you can have create a tuple or list or strings straight away based on assigning values. It can take and it can decide the type of the particular variable, right? So this is a variable name and the value you can assign. If you want to create a function, so def is a keyword and then it is followed by the function name, and if it is a pass by argument, then you have to call the function with passing this argument. And if you just put a print message, okay, the result of this function, what it returns, that will be printed here. So this is how you will write a function definition. If you want to write a conditional and control statement, so basic statements are given. Intending is important, so if statement, else statement, or if you write a for loop, then it is followed by at every conditional checking part there is a semicolon, there is a colon. Even if it is a function definition also, there is a colon. There is no opening closing phrases. Multiple statements, you can write it as its definition. If you want to create classes and objects, this is very important concepts. Because in NLP we used to create nodes, and we used to create an object for the particular node. With the help of it, we can invoke the particular node, and and from one node to another node we can establish a connection. So this classes and objects will help you for creating that concepts, right? So if it is a class, then the syntax goes like this: class followed by class name colon, then the definition of the function colon, and then you can call whichever argument is passed, you can invoke those function, invoke those variables. And if it is a function, you can write its definition, the calling part. There is an object is equal to the class name of the like a constructor will be initialized, and the arguments whatever you're passing will be assigned to this particular node. So the node will get the data, and the details will be there available in the node. But from this node, there are no other nodes. A single node you can create by this way. And so these are the basic concepts you must know: how to create a variable, how to create values for assigning variables, and how to create a function, how to create classes, how to invoke the class, and how to write conditional and control statements. So node is a basic in NLP application. In Python, okay, so we have to create a node, and how we can create a node with the help of the class. So the class name you have to, so for example, for this program, there are 3 nodes are there. Each node contains a value, but from first node E1, and then there is a traversal to the next node E2 and E3 by means of linking the next, setting the first node link as null, and from the first node we are connecting to pointing to the next node, and from the next node which contains the link of the next node. Okay, so this is how the like a pointer which contains the address of the previous pointers or the next pointer, so through which there will be a connectivity. You can do an establishment of this connectivity by means of creating nodes. So class, and which contains data elements, And next pointer you have to create with the help of creating an object and initializing its value, so then it is being invoked. And what is the address of this one, which is supposed to hold or point out this E3. So this is how so from E1 it points out E3, and from E3 it points out E2. So this is how we are accessing these nodes and we are creating the nodes. And how you can traverse by means of while loop, just writing a while loop which one must contain the present value. So this from E1 onwards, okay, the node connectivity starts to E3 and E2 and then to E4. So this is how you can create a while loop and through which this traversal will be completed. In NLP, is a subset of NLU and NLG, which is for understanding the human language. So NLP contains the subset of NLU and NLU is for understanding, and NLG is for generating the text. And one by one components and its definition we are going to understand now. So everywhere, for example, while the input is given as a text, okay, so the syntax is supposed to be understood by the AI application so that it can give you back a meaningful result. For example, if everything is supposed to be checked, it's written properly, it's subjective, noun, verb, adverb, okay, adjective, determinant, as well as the grammar, everything is supposed to be written properly or not. Okay, so based on that, okay, it, read, understand, even though if it is written with mistakes by the user with some short format also, the computers, the application should understand and it should respond you back. So this is very very important. So what is meant by semantics? So here there are three terms important. Okay, so syntactic and semantics and pragmatics are important, so in NLP. So what is meant by syntax? So as per the English grammar rule, the statement is written or not. Or if you are generating for understanding both tasks, okay, which is supposed to be okay, well, evaluated as per the grammatical rules of English. So in Python there are different grammatical based models are there. When you include those models, then you can able to access its methods. Through that you can able to evaluate the statement whether the statement is statement contains the grammar which is correct or wrong. So the application will say also it just give you a decision tree, and through that you can do any type of evaluation. Okay, so without any spelling mistakes or with spelling mistake it is written, or when you apply a rephrasing a particular statement also it's generating because of this. So this is the basic part, the component of NLP. The first basic component is semantics. Okay, the second component is pragmatics. Pragmat is for understanding the language and various concepts. For example, you may say a statement, but it is an order or request. It depends upon the person and the emotions. Okay, so how this AI application will understand this? So it's an order or a request, and the feeling or the emotions that will be understood and based on, so that is comes under pragmatics. So syntactics and semantics and pragmatics. So syntax is for identifying whether it's as per the grammar rule the sentence is written, or generated statements are based on the grammar rules. Okay, it will be generated. Semantics is for understanding the meaning of words. For example, each word, the meaning is going to be different when it is applied along with some other objects. For okay, so barking, okay, if it is the outer layer of a tree is also called as arcing. Okay, so the dog is also, it is connected with it's up, so it is connected with tree means, okay, you are pointing out the outer layer of the tree and you are saying some information. And if you are pointing out the dog and you are saying, so meaning of each words connected with a particular object, okay, before and after, based on that the meaning of the sentence will be taken. So that is done with the help of semantics, and okay, that under concept of semantics. Next, pragmatics. Pragmatics means in various aspects, as I told, order or it is a request. So this is how NLP will process initial level understanding through syntax, semantics, and pragmatics. what are the other different phases are there. Okay, while you consider improperly what are the different phases in NLP, so these are the process. First one is lexical analysis and morphological analysis. What does mean by lexical analysis? Okay, so before that we used to do tokenization, right? So, but here this also will do more kind of tokens in generation, not only words, okay, paragraph, sentence, and lot of other tokenization methods will be applied here in lexical analysis. Syntactic analysis, as per the grammar the statement is written, okay, it will be evaluated or generated. And semantics is for me understanding the meaning. It's mainly focusing on words and phrases and sentences. Discourse integration, what is that? Depends upon the sentence. Okay, the further questions may be asked. Further, what type of sentence is supposed to be generated for a particular user request. So that is discourse integration, connectivity. Okay, and to proceed further, pragmatic analysis. Okay, so intention of the user. So mainly you should know whether it's a request or an order. Okay, in such kind of dialogues, while all conversation through which when the application interacts. So these are the different phases. Lexical analysis, second one is syntactic, semantic, and discourse integration, and fifth one is pragmatic analysis. So an NLP and application will go through these phases. And already we discussed about chatbot. We had ways of creating chatbots are rule based and AI based bots. And if it is an rule based bot, you will get the answer for yes or no. And there are only two way of navigation. If it is an AI based or an intelligent bot, you will get multiple way of navigations, and any directions. If you ask questions, all kind of questions, even if it is not available also, bot can able to generate and recommend you to proceed further. So there are some differences between AI based bot and rule based chatbots. So here it is working based on command or keywords through which it can able to. So there is a predefined commands and keywords will be there. Based on that, it searches and give the results. AI-based bot, okay, like ChatGPT bot, which can able to process users' requests based on applying these technologies, NLP, machine learning, deep learning, and okay, so all kind of languages applies, then analyze the text and respond back to the user. How the chatbot what is a chatbot architecture? Already we have discussed through an interface, user request through HTTP protocol. This is going to be analyzed and the response will be generated based on it. And what does intent, entities, and utterances? These are very, very important. So what does meant by intent? Intent means the goal of a particular message. For example, yeah, a simple command while you just through Gemini, okay, if you are speaking, book a flight. So, what is the intention of this particular text is going to be analyzed, and based on that, an action is going to be performed, or the guidance, or it may book, or it may give you guidance to book, or it may connect a person to book for a flight, a further connect. So, what is the intention? Book a flight. Some people will say, "I want." Okay, some users may say the same thing in different way. That is called utterance. Variations of how a user might phrase a message. I want to fly to New York. So here an entity analysis is going to take place. Okay, whether a person, okay, to which location, from on which particular date. So such kind of informations you have to extract. So utterance means, okay, the purpose or the goal of a particular user, whether okay, based on the statement you have to analyze. So entities you have to extract utterances also. Even the same action you have to perform for different users when they ask the same question. Answers may be the same, but a question may be different. In different way, the same questions may be asked by a user. So that is utterances. So this is how an AI application must be trained in answering various users when they ask us or finding out a same result. So that comes into the topic of intents, entities, and utterances. For everything behind this, code, algorithm, model, methods, functions. And the next concept, okay, what is meant by lexical analysis? Okay, because the first step in phases of NLP is lexical analysis. So what is meant by this lexical analysis we are going to see? So breaking down into small punctuation. So how the lecturer is getting knowledge for breaking down and generating these kind of so word net, verb net, and propang is there. So with the help of it, it can able to identify and generate and classify. For example, wordnet means okay, the database which contain group of words and its synonyms, and its relationships also will be there. Verbnet means okay, verbs will be there, and its syntactic and semantic behaviors will be defined inside. And probank, okay, so text will be annotated text will be there, and with the help of it, okay, what is supposed to be in the okay, added before and after the text. So probank, so predicate argument structures are defined inside. So all these rules are available inside. So when a particular text comes, okay, that is the lecturer will analyze. In short form, we used to say this lexical analysis or lecture. So it analyze and it will do the further processing. Okay, so I'll run a code at the time we can understand this in a very clear way. Okay, part of speech tagging already we studied. And what is meant by passing? Passing means okay, when you give the input to a application, so it just analyze this kind of different concepts under which a tree structure will be generated, and then it is processed easily by the chatbot engine to generate the meaningful result. So that is called passing, analyzing the grammatical structure of a sentence or and the relationship between different words. So that is passing. What does mean by information extraction? Okay, extracting the information based on the entity information is given. Okay, so sentiment analysis, you all know at the end of every product, feedback will be collected, and if it is a text-based feedback or a voice-based feedback, definitely we have to analyze and find out. Okay, so for this also, I'll show you some programs. Okay, so these are the two main concepts. Along okay, for this there are two main applications. Sorry, two main demonstrations are there. I'll show you one by one. Okay, experiment one I have showed, that is for different type of tokenization. Now the concept, the basic so before lexical analysis also going to do the tokenization, but basic tokenizations we have learned. Okay, through lexical analyzer, what are the other things we can do? So okay, there are many difficulties in there. I have told bark. So this is a word connected with tree, which represents the outer layer, but dog, it may, okay. So it depends upon the previous word and the next word. There should be some relationships which are supposed to be connected and understood. Then only you can make a decision. That means the application make a decision to answer or generate a word. Sometimes it depends upon different languages also, there are problems. For example, German language, this okay, so this represents television, but it cannot be broken down into two. If it is splitted into two, okay, the meaning is different. If it is single, okay, it should be it should be mapped along with the German keywords, and then it should be understood like television. People, they are finding out television. So this is how in understanding the compound words there are problem. And there are problem in ambiguity, repeated words which says the same different meaning along when it is connected with different objects. Same word but connected with different objects, it means a different thing. So problem for on ambiguities and compound words, this is a problem when you kind of work with multilingual languages. And informal language, sometimes people used to ask or interact with the chatbot with in a short words. Some acronyms they may use, but it may not be available in the dictionary. But the chatbot should understand based on the some other words which are present in the particular text context. Based on that, it should understand. So this problem is also there. And slang, while we speak also, the slang is difficult, and it may generate a wrong information. So these are the three main problems or challenges, and which is there in when it is handled by a lecturer. Okay, so what are the different type of tokenizations done by the lexical analyzer? So lexical word tokenization already we have experienced. even more into punctuation also. It can do punctuation wise tokens generation, special characters which are presented, numbers which are presented. So likewise, a lot of other classifications are there in the Lexer. Okay, so when an input is given, the Lexer will okay, it's like a parser, understand and break down the text into small tokens under different types of classification. So this helps for tokenization. Okay, so tokenization. And next, for sometimes morphological analysis when you do, so meaningful units when you want to create. Okay, so part of speech tagging is also part of it. So in part of speech tagging means, okay, so it just tag each text under different as per the grammatical role, whether it is noun, okay, as per this table. Adjective means, okay, it which falls under which category. Okay, it's a pronoun means, okay, pro. So in a text, okay, tag will be added for each text, so that is called part of speech tags. So each token tag is going to be added. For example, even if it is a dot there, that is a tag with punctuation, so then it will help you for further morphological analysis, further processing will be easy. And named entity and limitation. What does mean by limitation? Converts a word to its base or dictionary. Sometimes you may type it in a different way, but as per the dictionary, for a particular statement, what is a corresponding meaning? So based on that, okay, converts a word to its base or a dictionary format. And stemming, which reduces the word to the root. For example, the boys were running swiftly. The boy were run swiftly. So it reduces the word in a particular text. Okay, then stop word removal. For example, the quick brown. So this is a text. Okay, for this text, what are things are not needed and which can be cut down. So the quick brown fox jumps over there. Okay, this is cut down. Quick jumps. Okay, so if it is needed, okay, over is taken but not there, will not be taken. So for analysis, so for the quick analysis which will be understood, even you may type 100 of words in a particular sentence. When you make it, some words are unnecessary, some grammars are unnecessary, some words with other added words, it's not required. So the initial process is like a kind of a cleaning process, we may take it. Okay, so it will be cleaned. This cleaned text will be given as for next processing. Okay, spelling checking, even if you have typed wrongly, okay, it will correct and give it for the next process, next procedure. Okay, so this is how, even if you have given some other keyword, even if it is needed, okay, so instead of this keyword, if this is better means, that will be replaced by that particular Lexer. Okay, so Lexer will do these kind of tasks. Okay, the first one is, it will do tokenization, it will do morphological analysis, part of speech tagging, named entity recognition, limitation, summing, and stop word removal, spell checking and correction, and lexical semantics. So these are the tasks. When you give a text to a Lexer, it will generate a clean text. Okay, after it or before it is to be processed or okay, actually given to the engine for fetching or further process. Okay, so this is how Lexer works. I'll just show you some example. If this is an input, consider this is an input. Okay, this input is given. How the Lexer works? Okay, it will classify. Previously, we studied and worked with word and sentences. Now it start classifying under URL. URL is also going to be broken down into one small token. Okay, emails will be one token. Hashtag also, mentions also. Mentions means anything with at symbol. Okay, that is going to be attached with that symbol, that is going to be considered as one token. And contractions like any apostrophe comma, it's you are, I am. Okay, so likewise something is there, anything with apostrophes. Okay, so contraction, general words also will be there. So under tokenize, so this tokenizer, lexical analyzer, when you give the input, it will do these kind of tokens and it will generate. What are the other type of tokens it can generate? For example, a pattern is given. Okay, if it based on the pattern, it will say it will take that certain token for classification. You can also train that date, number, word, punctuation. Okay, likewise you can also train the tokenizer. Then there are, okay, so that is custom tokenizers also there, and with the help of it you can do it. Once the tokens are generated, for example, sentimental analysis also you can do with this kind of lecture, right? So if you want to do sentimental analysis, there is a text blob package, okay, Python packages are there. So with the help of text blob, while you do, it will just for each text, okay, it will calculate the sentimental score. And if the sentimental, okay, so we used to say that is a based on polarity value, this score, once it is generated, it is compared, and then finally the result is going to be given, whether it is positive or negative or neutral. If the polarity value is greater than 0, then it is the sentence is positive. If the polarity value is less than 0, then it is negative. If the polarity value is equal to 0, then it is going to be neutral. But at the same time here, if this decision is taken based on subjectivity or objectivity. Objectivity means the score value is 0, then it is fully objective kind of decisions. And if it is a subjectivity, okay, user has applied their judgments, knowledge, and based on that, if they have taken some decision, then it is fall under the category of subjectivity. Subjectivity score is always, okay, greater than 0. So 0 value is there, 0 to 1, okay, always it will be there from okay, whether it is objective means 0 and subjective means 1. So this is how the decisions will be taken, analyzed, and the output will be given. For a multilingual text, how you can generate this kind of a tokens, so there is a package with support for it in Python. For if it text contains some English as well as multiple languages. So for that also Arabic characters or Chinese character patterns are there. If you have given us an input to your tokenizer, then it can identify in a particular statement such kind of tokens are present. It classifies and it generates like this way. Okay, we'll go for actual implementation of code. I'll show you a little demonstration of this program. I hope you all have understood about lexical analyzer. What does the lexical analyzer will do? It just clean the text, and by breaking down into small tokens, not only with the word or sentence, okay, along with that, okay, different patterns and other things will be there. You can look at this program. Okay, all these are done by lecture. Okay, so there is a package with support for performing this lexical analysis is re means, okay, re means regular expression expression. Okay, so this package name is regular expression package you have imported, and we are doing a custom tokenization part only. So for example, if a particular statement contains URL, all these are predefined. Okay, the values alone we are just going to train. If you want to include more, okay, and when you train the model, and your text, okay, this is your text which contains any kind of format which falls under this category, those things also going to be considered as one small token. For example, URL is a token, and any emails with that symbol is a token. Any okay, annotations are going to be called as token, and this apostrophe contractions also identified as a token by means of defining this. Okay, if it is a URL pattern, okay, copy paste this. If any pattern of email, okay, fall under this category. Hashtag patterns, you can update more. Okay, so this is how the predefined tree or predefined dictionary you just generate. Okay, so this is a pattern you have to identify. Okay, now combine all this pattern, that is the next step. Okay, because we are going to pass our text. Okay, so our text is available in text. Okay, so this text, okay, we are going to evaluate as per the combined pattern. All tokens will be there, email, whatever. So it is defined, declared, defined, and then it is combined, and then when you invoke the function, okay, so you just find all tokens under these categories too, and return the tokens. So while you print all these tokens using a for loop, these are the tokens will be printed. This is done by a regular expression with the help of lexical analyzer. Okay, so date pattern, a number pattern, word pattern, punctuation. Then if a text contains date, number, word, okay, so that is going to be okay, for example, dollar is a special symbol, so separately it is printed, and this is a token. So likewise, this kind of a pattern also you can define, then combine, then call the function, and pass this text, and then you can use the for loop and print it. Okay, call the function and then print it. Okay, so this is how different type of patterns, not only these. Okay, next. Uh, okay, so next program is for sentiment analysis. Okay, so in while you do sentiment analysis, here we are using text blob. Okay, so text blob, with the help of text blob, we are going to do this kind of tokenization. Text blob will, what is the purpose of text blob included here is for doing sentiment analysis. Okay, so define the patterns, combine the pattern, and pass the function, and then ask the function to return the tokens which are generated by the custom token. That is our user defined function. Okay, next, what we are doing is we are just joining all the tokens. Okay, unnecessary things are not needed. Okay, clean the text, and because we are going to do sentiment analysis now. This text we are passing to the text blob function, and text blob will generate a polarity value for your text. Okay, and it returns the value. If it is okay, -1 means the polarity score it generates. Based on the score, okay, if it is falls under -1 or +1, or okay, so neutral 0. So based on that, it just return whether it is subjectivity or objectivity. So the sentimental score alone is taken for determining whether it is positive, negative, or neutral. Okay, then you are printing all the tokens and its status, and finally collectively you print all the details here. For example, the input is given as, I absolutely love this product, delivery was quick, and so many statements you have written. Even though you have written so many statements, it's broken down. Okay, even while you consider there are okay, some unnecessary okay, so unnecessary words are not going to be analyzed here. So the text is taken and it is broke down into small tokens, and the custom tokenizer analyze this text, and text blob function, whether it is a subjective based or objective based decision. Okay, it is a user on their own emotion, they have written. So it's not like selecting the range of values based on. So they have given this, it's a subjective analysis, so subjectivity score and details will be printed, and it falls under, okay, definitely to your knowledge it is positive emotion. If you just change it with some other statement, I didn't like this product. If you have given, I didn't like the product, if you have given so we are expecting her. Okay, so sometimes, okay, I didn't like, if I wrote some reason, maybe it is considered I like, okay, because it's like subjectivity. Now it is not subjectivity. If you update it with some other statement, okay, here because of late delivery and some other statement, if you update, okay, you may get it as negative. Okay, and next, a multilingual tokenizer, a same text but which contains, see here, same text but which contains a mixture of other. For this, how you can do and split it as tokens. Okay, so you have to update this with, it is Chinese and Arabic language. So those two patterns you have to define, combine, and call, and then execute, and while you print, okay, those type of tokens. So even sometimes for this you want to execute or run sentiment analysis part, that is also possible. So this kind of multilingual, okay, so regular expression package in Python will support for you to do this kind of task. Okay, so this is done by a lexical analysis, broke down the text into small text and given as an input to a text blob. It can do a sentiment analysis and lot of other functionalities also you can do it. Okay, whether the statement is an objective statement or a subjectivity statement, okay, you can run and execute. For example, the first statement, it is a fact, based on any fact that is, okay, fact based. So the inventor of computer is Charles Babbage, is information if you have given, that's a fact. So anything is fact, okay, that is a it's an objective, so the score is going to be 0. Anything is okay by user own statements when they write, okay, their opinion, their judgment about anything they it's given, that is under subjectivity. So text blobber can do text which is a subjective witty based or objectivity based, and based on that these two score. In the previous program also we have printed the score of subjectivity, right? Okay, subjectivity, or okay, if it is a subjectivity, then okay, what is the score, that also we have printed. Okay, so maybe I didn't like the product is maybe it is taken as per text blob. Okay, but there are more models are there which can perform better than this text blob as well. So it is a polarity score based analysis. There are other analyses also there. You can BERT analyzer, okay, likewise other analysis. Text blob is one, another other analyzers also there. Okay, so this is how lexical analyzer works. So in NLP, the basic or the first step is lexic analysis. But what is the use of lexer? Finally, the application is sentiment analysis. Okay, so this is how we have learned as per this one, right? So it's a lexer, and all the analysis it's doing for understanding or generating some text. Okay, so this is the first step will be done by lexer. The second step is syntactic analyzing. So it's for understanding the grammars. I'll go for one more experiment. Experiment number 3. So I'll explain the concept, or straight away I'll go for experiments. I'll post all the contents in GCR. You please refer it. What is this program? It is for analyzing the grammar in the particular input or text which is given by user. So for this, we are mainly using the package called Spacey. So this package we are using, and what does CFG stands for? So we have to import a context-free grammar model. As per this model, context-free grammar model, we are evaluating a particular text. Okay, so this is called a grammar rule. Okay, so grammar rule is a predefined one. When you have to define it first. Okay, so what is a sentence? Sentence must contain a noun phrase and followed by a verb phrase. What is a noun phrase? Okay, it must contain a determinant and noun. Okay, and what is verb? Okay, likewise the rule is given. What is DT? Example. Okay, for a particular statement, if this is there. Okay, so if it is written, so this is how we have defined. Okay, it's a predefined rule, and example is also we have included. First 3 is enough. If you want, you can include this. So when an input is given, tokenization is going to happen. Okay, when it is split it into small, then okay, so it just find out the sentence is grammatically written correct or not, this program will say. So that is called syntactic analysis. Okay, so syntactic analysis will verify your syntax as per the grammar rule which is written. Okay, here context free grammar model we have used, and this is the rule. So in the PPT it is clearly explained, okay, what is syntactic analysis, and the rule also. Grammar rules you have to memorize little bit. The first rule, there are 7 rules are there. Okay, 7 rules. S hyphen greater than symbol, like a pointer. Okay, so noun phrase and verb phrase. For example, noun phrase means the cat, that is considered as a noun. It is going to be split into 2, that is noun phrase and verb phrase. For example, it gives you the if you want to know the hierarchy of that particular text. I have included one code. Okay, the tree also you will get it. Okay, the next one is, for example, the cat is, as per this statement, I'll give the input. The cat is happy. So this is a valid one, right? The cat, where my some. Okay, so if I give the input, the cat is happy. The cat, okay, that is the cat is happy. Whether the statement Again, somewhere it's going up. Speed is low. Okay. So you just I'll share all these code and execute and once and understand. Okay. So the half of the code is not available. And next, okay, part of speech tagging. Okay, part of speech tagging. Okay, it will identify entity and its type. Sorry, this is NER, named entity, named entity recognition, which fall under the person. Okay, for example, in a particular text broken down into small tokens, and a tag is going to be added by the core by the package. Okay, so we are using this particular model, English model. So en underscore core underscore web, this is a basic this is a default this model is predefined model, available inside the Python package. As per this model, if I add a tag, generate a tag for this corresponding tokens means, okay, for example, this is broken down. It contains, okay, Elon Musk is there, so he's a person. Tesla is there, it's an organization. Pretoria, it is a, okay, GP stands for maybe global position, and it's an year or date. Okay, this kind of a tag will be added. That is named entity recognition concept. The code is available, you please go through it. Okay, this is for identifying the named entities. And the next one is part of speech tag. This is similar to that, okay, but the tag is going to be different one. So it identified noun, adverb, now, okay, which is determinant, adjective, punctuation. That such kind of tags can be added along with the for a particular token. So that is called part of speech tagging. And for that also we are using this model and a basic package. With the help of it, you can print each token and its corresponding tag, and its dependency also will be displayed here. Okay, and the so this is how part of speech tagging, entity named entity recognition, grammar checking, and so syntactics, semantics, pragmatics, all those things we have learned examples, right? So all the concepts examples what we have studied under unit 2, lexical analysis, the steps in lexical analysis and its corresponding syntax rules and its implementation we have learned. All these are important. 2 units are the portions for your internal. Okay, now we'll go for okay, I'll launch a simple game, and only 17 students are here only. Okay, these 17 students plus placement attending students will get the attendance. Okay, so can you all join? Just 5 more minutes. Okay, so you just join. um, Please, all of you go to kahoot.it website. There's a website, kahoot.it, Kahoot dot it. Okay. I'll go for live. I'll run the game, and which consists of small MCQ questions, and you please answer fast. Okay. Kahoot.it. It will ask for game pin. I'll give you the game pin now. No idea. Okay, I'll start the game. The game pin is I'll upload all the contents in GCR, and okay, so this is the game pin. You all can use it in the chat screen as well. Kahoot.it. Okay, so one single line only. Okay, there is no breaking down part. Okay, this is the game pin. I just want to see all 17s must come here. 17 students. While you join, only the game will start. Otherwise, I cannot start the game. Okay. Can you able to access? Can you all unmute and answer me? One person joined, 7016. Type your register number and join. At least last 4 digits and join. Okay. When one person, at least 2, 3 people, 17 are here. All 17, you please. At the end of this game only, I'll give you attendance. Or I may take, okay, this report, register numbers, and I'll take attendance. Go to kahoot.it. Okay, this website you go and type the game pin as 208355. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, some 5, 6 students, 5 students joined. Let me start. Okay, so questions will be there, and answer you have to select from your device using shapes. What is a node in a linked list? Choose the answer. What is a node in a linked list? Okay. Okay, a data structure containing data and reference. Okay, next scoreboard. Okay, next we'll go for next question. 26 questions are there, but I'll stop in between. Okay, how do you define a node? Single linked list in Python. How will you define a node? This is how you can expect the questions. Okay, answer. Okay, you can find out next. Which of the following is not a core component of not a core component? Read the question at least twice. Not a component. So far, we never studied which one. Morphological analysis, or it is called as morphine. Okay, what நீங்க start பண்ணுங்க. Start. Next question. Which NLP component deals with the grammatical structure of a sentence? Grammar. It's called as syntax, morphological, semantic, or pragmatic. Okay. Next question. Um, what does semantic analysis focus on in NLP? Randomly you click, but anyway, I'll post this. I'll try to post this one. Okay. Next question. What is the main purpose of pragmatic analysis in NLP? Pragmatic. Fan off விட்டுருங்க. Ma, fan off விட்டுருங்க. So, what is the purpose of pragmatic analysis? Okay, next. Next question. Named entity NER is part of which NLP component? Tokenization is part of which NLP process? Next question. Who is at the top? 5093. Very good. Um, Ninth question. Part of speech tagging helps in. Okay. So with this, I'll stop. Okay. So who is at the top? 5093. Can you say what's your name, please? With this, I'll stop. Okay. So this is a scoreboard. But anyway, appreciations to you. Even I'm also running this game very fast. Okay. Even there are 26 other questions are there. We have shortage of time, and I'm stopping this. And like this way, you can expect your multiple choice questions. Have you all understood? Shall I get a feedback in the chat screen? Yes or no? Shall I get an answer? Yes, sir. Somehow, shall you have you got idea? I'll post many PPTs and code and everything. Okay, whatever I have shown, I'll post it in GCR. Please read each and every line. So then only it's easy for you to give your exam and do it very well. Okay, please mark your attendance now in the Google form shared. After marking attendance, you can leave. Thank you all. After marking your attendance, you can leave. ഭയങ്കര കുപ്പ എന്നമോ